Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing something a little different. I finally caught up on the conclusion of The Family in Blue. That's right, I've officially watched all 293 episodes of Blue Bloods, and I'm here to give you a recap and review of what made this show a decade-plus powerhouse, and what sometimes made us roll our eyes harder than Aaron Reagan during family dinner debates. Let's be real, the true energy of Blue Bloods has always been the Reagan family. From the very first Sunday dinner in Season 1 to the final toast in Season 14, this family has given us everything. Drama, laughs, moral dilemmas, and enough guilt trips to make a Catholic proud. So, who's the family? Well, Francis Reagan, aka Commissioner Dad, played by Tom Selleck, is the ultimate moral compass, part philosopher king, part NYPD bulldog. The guy has more integrity than a Harvard honor code and delivers more speeches than a politician during election week. Danny Reagan, the hot-headed detective, gave us some of the wildest cases, from chasing down serial killers to going full cowboy, seen in seasons 13. Aaron Reagan, the assistant district attorney who somehow balances the high-profile job with family loyalty and courtroom drama. If Aaron is around, Jack Boyle is not too far behind, and in which Aaron will forget any of his wrongdoings faster than Jamie Reagan's hair gel fizzled out. Speaking of Jamie, he's the golden boy who went from Harvard law dropout to beat cop to sergeant. His arc is one of the most satisfying, and let's not ignore the tension and romance with Eddie that took way too long to pay off. And of course, Henry Reagan, the family patriarch, whose old-school wisdom kept the family grounded and added just enough grumpy spice to Sunday dinner. Blue Bloods gives us over a decade of law and order level plotlines wrapped in family values and precinct politics. Like the time Luis Delgado, played by Louis Diamond Phillips, the cartel guy who played cat and mouse with Danny over several seasons, or the Blue Templar storyline from the early seasons, an undercover style conspiracy inside of the New York Police Department. That arc felt like the Da Vinci Code meets Law and Order. And who could forget Jamie and Eddie's undercover operation in Season 9 called Milestones that ended with an emotional wedding without a full reception scene. And yeah, we're still bitter about that. However, the full wedding that we saw later on was pretty perfect. They tackled hot button issues like police reform, opioid addiction, racial profiling, political pressure, and even social media mob justice. Some episodes were definitely more graceful than others. Let's be honest, the good with this show is the chemistry between the cast members was unmatched. The Sunday dinners, they're iconic, and the moral debates, they're timely and thought-provoking. The show always delivered solid procedural writing. In the later seasons, it was when Danny teamed up with Baez. Shout out to Marissa Ramirez, who deserves way more screen time. The bad, however, well, some side plots got dropped faster than Joe Hill enters and exits the show. Speaking of Joe Hill, he is a great addition, but it's a confusing presence. He shows up for a mini arc, he disappears, then he comes back, he gets into gunfights or gets into fights with the family just because, and then vanishes again. Either cut him or keep him. The writing, sometimes it gets repetitive. What can you do over 14 seasons? How many times can Frank have the exact same conversation with the mayor? Also, I may be in the minority here, but in each episode, there's usually 2 or 3 plot lines that we follow, which is great. However, they usually all kind of tackle the same thing in a roundabout way. If Frank is having trouble with Baker, Sid, or Garrett, for example, then Eddie is probably also in a disagreement or having troubles with Badillo. I get it probably makes it easier for the writers, but for me, it takes me out of the stories because I notice how eerily similar they all are. And this one maybe should go in the mixed category. It does feel like some of the characters have changed since day one, which how could they not? We all change. It's a normal thing. However, it's really evident in characters like Danny, who may have really been seen as a hard ass, and Frank, who had a commanding presence that might have changed a little bit. If you need any evidence of that, just go back and watch a random episode in season 3 or 4 after watching the series finale. It's just different. It's not a bad thing. It's just an observation and kind of in the mixed category. But the family dinners are always a highlight. The debates, the jabs, the awkward silences. It was like watching Thanksgiving every week with a bunch of people who quote scripture and NYPD policy like it's casual talk. With 14 seasons, it's hard to mention all the amazing actors this show has. Let's take a trip down memory lane to remember just a couple. Remember when pre-Supergirl Melissa Benoist starred in a season 1 episode? In the same vein, how about David Ramsey, who played Mayor Carter Poole in a reoccurring role from seasons 2 to 7, an early mayor for Frank to bump heads with? Who can forget about when Jimmy Buffett was cast in an episode to look like Jimmy Buffett in season 12? Lori Loughlin from Full House and Danny Trejo from Literally Everything make an appearance. Don't forget about Archbishop Stacy Keach from the later seasons. This list, however, wouldn't be complete without the legendary Treat Williams, who was a staple to make an appearance in an episode or two for the later half of the series. After 293 episodes, Blue Bloods leaves behind a legacy that few police dramas can match. It's not just a cop show, it's a family show wrapped in a badge and gavel. It's a love letter to public service, New York City, and doing what's right, even when it's hard. It gave us one of the most consistent tone-driven dramas ever. It never sold out for trendy stock value, and most importantly, it kept the Reagan clan intact through everything. Except, well, Linda Reagan. R.I.P. Linda, we still miss you. However, don't fret entirely. The Blue Bloods family is expanding as Danny Reagan is getting a spin-off. After 14 seasons of being NYPD's most intense and most likely to kick down a door detective, Donnie Wahlberg is set to headline a brand new series focused entirely on Danny's next chapter, Boston Blue. And if it's anything like the best episodes of Blue Bloods, expect gritty cases, emotional depth, and at least one epic team-up with Baez. Please. This could be the Justice League of Reagan detectives, and we're here for it. We already have confirmed that Aaron Reagan will make an appearance in episode 1, and I'm really just waiting to see if Waylon Gates or Bugs get back in the series too. If you haven't seen an episode of Blue Bloods, do I recommend it? Well, if you're in the market for a family cop procedural that will give you a teary eye every few episodes, then absolutely. And if you've stuck around for 14 seasons, you knew Blue Bloods wasn't perfect, but it was always reliable. Like Sunday dinners, like Frank's mustache, like Danny punching a guy first and asking questions later, until the later seasons. If you enjoyed this show as much as I did, hit the like button, share your favorite episodes or memories in the comments below. Was it the Blue Templar arc? Joe Reagan's twist? Is it the time Aaron almost became DA? And let me know any fun characters that I missed. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives, series retrospectives, and TV nostalgia. Thanks for watching, and as the Reagans would probably say, God bless and good night.